Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of FTB Infinity Evolved. My name is Brink, and I just wanted to take this moment out to say thanks a lot for the last episode. You guys really encouraged me by giving me the thumbs up that I really appreciate, and sometimes I forget to remind you, and that's okay that people forget to give me the thumbs up, but really the thumbs up are what drives a YouTuber. It's like, for example, you can get to the supermarket with a bicycle, and you get there just fine, but if you had a Lamborghini, you'd get there nicer. So although I can make this episode 2 onto episode 3 next week, it would be nice to go there in style with a Lamborghini. So thank you so much for those thumbs up. They really drive me. They really encourage me to let me know that you like the episodes and the series. Thanks so much for that. Now for this episode, what I wanted to talk about was I really wanted to, and I wanted to do this off camera because I don't like to show mining on camera, but what I wanted to do off camera was build a tinker hammer because these can rip through the ground real good and easy and straight. So any one of these would be fine, but to build one in the first place, we would need a forge, of course. Easy enough, right? No, not in this pack. So this is easy enough. The table station is fine. Blank patterns, just sticks and wood. Very simple. The seared stone, we have plenty left over. It's this, the dense refined iron plates in order to build the tool forge by Tinker. And you know that's how you build the hammer. Well, the dense refined iron plate gets made with a compressor, which is an easy machine to build. The only problem is that we would need power. And aside from that, we would need these refined iron plates, and 9 of them to produce one, so we would need 4 times this. Well, that's doable. It's just a little bit long to do. But the power to drive this is the issue. Let's look at how to make the refined iron. We'll need a metal former, which is yet another block. And this block, you just put steel from a coke oven or something like that. Easy enough to do. The metal former also needs power. Well, then I looked at the generators. This is going down the rabbit hole, as they say. The easiest generator that I found that we could use would be the survivalist generator, which is known and loved by all of us. It's just coal. You know, the first time I brought it up, I thought to myself, okay, that's where the difficulty is, obsidian. But no, I looked closely. This is actually coal blocks, which is doable. There's plenty of coal all around. Cobblestone, the regular recipe for a piston, which is doable. Redstone, very doable down at level 20 and below, around there. This you can build a gear cast in a tinker smeltery and just pour iron in. Easy enough. So this would be the way to go. But how do we get RF power over to EU? That would be the issue. And so there are conduits that can do that, and I can't remember the name of one, but it starts with an E. And you know, I just don't remember the name of it. I used it in another series, and then there's another one that's new to this pack, and I totally forgot that name because that one I haven't used yet. So that's something for the future. Anyway, so in order to build the hammer, I'm going to need power, and it's going to be too difficult. So then I thought to myself, you know, let's think outside the box. I don't really need to rip through the ground so quickly. I could use a pickaxe, but I'd like to use Tinker's pickaxe because all of the vanilla recipes, if you look at the bottom, it says used for crafting only. That means you can't break with this. You can break one block or maybe not even break one block. It'll just vanish once you try. So we have these vanilla styled ones. The stone and the wood do work, but everything beyond that is used for crafting only for the vanilla recipe. Now I looked at the mana steel, and that's going to take a little bit long to do. I'd have to get into Botania, which I was planning to do, but I just want to get to resources before I get to Botania. And I told the guys already on the server that they can go ahead and jump without me onto Botania. I'll pick it up later. Because I really do want to get to the resources so that I can build some machines. That's really of interest to me. So, the pickaxe that I was thinking of doing is one thinking down the road, not just for the resources in the overworld, but also for the nether. We're going to need a pickaxe that can pick at cobalt and ardite, so that we can make manulin and cobalt pickaxes and tools and weapons and all of that. So I was thinking of making a steel pickaxe. And so we can use tinkers to build a pickaxe head, and that would work. And so that's what I want to get into today. I was looking at the slime and thinking about what slime rod or what rod to use on the pickaxe. And as I was going through the recipes, I found that the slime, which is accessible to me, I mean, I could do any of these, but it's just very expensive depending on what it is. A good balance would be these slime ones. And this has, I believe, a 750 durability. Slime turns out to be the better choice, and blue slime especially. Anyway, so what I wanted to talk about was making the slime rod. And if we take a look here, we can better decide which one to use. Let's take a look at this one here and pull it up. So here is, yes, I see it there. We'll need 4 of these, and what I did was, sand and dirt as well. So I'll have to pick at sand and dirt. What I did was take these blocks and you can convert them to slime balls. Awesome. And then I got the sugar cane because I want to be able to make a binder out of paper so that we can increase the amount of modifiers on it. So we'll take some paper, and although we don't have the tool forge, we can put this into here and have it ready for when we're going to need it and make the cross pattern. Maybe we can do that right now, actually. We'll just do that and leave the paper for the rest if anybody needs it. And maybe I will leave some of these as well. There's no real place to leave. These don't go in here, I'm sure. Oh, and I just noticed I got a blue one as well. Awesome. The blue one is actually better. If we take a look, actually I wanted to show you. I'm saying actually a lot. Let's see. So here are the rods. No, did I pass it? Here it is. Okay, so 1200 for the blue with a handle modifier of 2 and a full tool durability 2400. Compare it line by line with the green. You'll see 750. That's less than 3 times less than the blue. So the blue is definitely a lot better. Look at the durability, 500 to 1200, more than double. So the handle modifier also, you get a full 2 instead of a 1 here. So it would be better to have a blue slime rod. The problem is that you need 4 of them, and it looks like I only have 1, which I don't know where I got from, but let's put this back and we will get down to it. The next thing we want to do, let's see what we got so far. Now I've been coal coking a lot of steel, and yeah, I brought it back with me. I put it in my chest. Let's go to my chest for a moment. I'm learning how to run again. It's been a while since I've used the keyboard on Minecraft. It's so much different than Ark. But we were up here. Okay, so this is what I got as far as we can use at the moment. I also have the thaumium that I forgot about. I could use that instead of the paper, but since I've already made the paper, let's go ahead with it. Let's grab some of the steel, and let's see. So we're going to use a steel pickaxe, paper binding, and a rod. And we also needed the sand and the dirt. We have that. I'm just going to have to pick on some sand. So I'm going to be back after I've cut out a few sand from the ground. Alright guys, I put the steel in, so that should be cooking. And we are ready. Now here's the cast that we want. I'll just place it down and have it ready. Let's see what the cost is though. I just want to make sure. It is 1 material cost. That means 1 ingot. That's why I only put 1. Good. So that hasn't changed. And so we have this. We're going to assemble it. I believe it's in this one. No, I don't remember the texture pack. So this goes here. We're going to pick on the pickaxe. Put this here. Oh yes, we're making this. I dug up the sand and the dirt. So we just need a crafting table. We'll put these together and make the blocks. Now, this is for the rod, so I think we only need one. But I'm going to make them all and just leave them in a chest in here for anybody to use if they want to use it also. We need to cook it. Looks like somebody has charcoal here. Well, let's leave it there. And let's see. So we'll place some blocks here. I don't know if this is where they want it to go, but I don't see where else to put it. So, yes, we have the slime crystal, and now we can make the rod, I believe. Tool rod pattern. So we'll use this slime crystal, and we got it. All right. I'll just put this back. Keep everything nice and neat. And so we just need to pull the steel out now. And we'll just drop it to the bottom there. And pour. Now there's no hoppers installed yet. We don't have an automated system. So I can just grab it from here. Is it ready? Yes, it is. I think it was this one. Yes, it is. Okay, so pickaxe and a tool rod with the head. We have a steel pickaxe. And it looks like it's not just for recipes. So we should be able to use this and repair with more steel, which we have plenty. And it's cheap enough to make. It's just the coal coke oven wasting a lot of time. You know, you can go AFK or just log out, leaving the coal to cook there with iron. So I think it's pretty cheap. This is more like an iron pickaxe. And look at the durability. It has 1125, effective durability 1400. I don't know what the difference is there. Maybe you guys can comment down below. But look at the mining level. It's cobalt. So we will be able to pick at cobalt in the nether when we need to. This is awesome. This removes the need to get alumite as your first pickaxe to do it. The mining speed is pretty good. Typically you get about 7 mining speed. That's how fast you can break through the rocks. 10 is a little bit better than average. So we have modifiers remaining, which are 4. And what shall we add? We can make it faster, or we can make it repair. I think I'm going to go for repair first. Let's put this away. This goes here. Okay, so we are going to find out how best to get repair. Alright guys, I went to do a little bit of mining because I needed more cobblestone. But I have an idea that I'm going to take from Grok Duck Farmer. He posted in his video, you'll see episode number 1 of his video series on this server, that you can make balls of moss from these vines. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a few. And I think I need about 4, so we'll grab a little bit extra. And then we'll convert some of these to sticks. Let's grab a few sticks actually. This should be more than enough. I'll just save the sticks for other uses. And we'll need a crafting table. And there's plenty all over the place. Here's one. So if I recall, the craft for what we're doing here, something like this, something interchanged. I can rotate it if it's not. And there it is. So let's make a couple of these. Well, let's make one and see how far we can get. Actually, no, I think we're going to need a few. So let's just convert all of these, in fact, to sticks. And let's grab a number more of vines. And what we're going to do is convert some cobblestone. Was it this one? I was thinking, did it grow fast or what? So what we're going to do is convert this into balls of moss, which then we'll be able to make an auto repair for our pickaxe. We have to take care of this pickaxe and make sure that it can recharge whenever we need it on the spur of the moment. But here's the catch. 1 will repair just fine, but 2 will make it repair quicker. And since this is not going to be my permanent pickaxe, I don't mind using up the modifiers on repair. Because when we make a better pickaxe, maybe out of power, like a flux powered pickaxe, then we'll be able to recharge it quicker and more accessibly. So let's see, what was it? I think it was something like this. And then the sticks around. And I think this should be enough. So let's just save all of this. Yeah. Okay, so now, according to his video, he made a wall of cobblestone. Something like this. Oops. The reason is that it really reaches further than you know how to measure. So for that reason, it's better to make a big area so that you don't waste any. And this should be good. I think this should be enough. Because from what I gather, I think we only need 18 cobblestone, if I'm measuring this right. So we'll just smackety smack. Is it right click? There it is, right click. So we'll get another spreaded area here. There we go. And now what I can do is pick at all of this and realign so that we can fill in the spots with more cobblestone and do it over again. Alright, this is the last of it. And it turns out we actually don't need any more because on the first run we got 21, which is enough. We can do this now. So let's go ahead into the Tinker's area. And we're going to convert all of these to balls of moss. We got 2. And now we can add it to our pickaxe. Now notice that this is in the hammer mode by default. As soon as you access, you'll see that this is accessed. You can switch the access here, but default it's on hammer. So at this point we can add things to this pickaxe. So let's grab those balls of moss and we'll increase the modifier, or actually, yeah, you see how it's 4 here? Once we place 1, it'll take 3. We place it again, it'll take to 2, and we'll have 2 extra modifiers remaining. One thing that I wanted to check though, can we use this kind of moss? We can't. Okay, so we did have to do that conversion with the cobblestone. It was necessary. So we'll do it once, and then we'll do it another time. And here we are with our pickaxe that will repair itself on its own. Awesome. Let's place some of this stuff back. I guess we're not going to need it in case anybody else needs it, or maybe we'll need it on something else. What I'd like to do now is actually try this, and we'll give it a try and see if it repairs somewhat fast. Speed is what I'm interested in, how fast it'll recharge itself. So we'll go to one of these rocks here. Yep, we have plenty of rocks right here. I think somebody's building there, so I'm going to leave that alone. But let's go up here and see what happens once we pick out. Let's try to be as natural as possible so it doesn't look too bad. Oh, it fixed itself. You see that? Look down here at the durability of the pickaxe for a moment. You see it's wasted there, and then it'll repair. Yep, there it goes. It repaired itself, and it gave a little flash also. Awesome. All right, I do understand that if you're underground, it takes longer to repair. If you have the sky above you, it repairs quicker. I don't know if it requires that the sun be out. I don't know if it has to be daytime, because then you'd have to say at what time during the daytime it takes repair. So let me work on a weapon now. All right, guys, we are back, and what I'm going to do now is a broadsword. I don't typically do broadswords. I always go for the rapier. In most of my series I do, because we usually have mobs that have armor on them. But in this pack I haven't seen very many with armor. The maximum I've seen is with leather armor, and that's not too bad. So we'll go with a broadsword for the first time, and I'm thinking a steel one. So let's go with this one. Now, what is it I'm looking for? I think it's this one here. Let's take a look to see if this is the right one. Sword blade cast? Is that the one we need? Well, it's a big one, so if it requires only 1 steel, we'll get it started with just 1. And if it isn't this one, then it might be, well, that looks like a cleaver. So I'm thinking I got the right one. Let's just put it in. Let's put it here, and we'll smelt it down. I am cooking. I got it all ready, and we are going to make a rod. Let's, you know what, we're going to need, well, let's see what this entails over by this one. So this is the rapier. This one is it? Broadsword, yes, up here. So we're going to need this item here, which I'm not familiar with. Like I said, this is the first time I'm making one of these, and here it is. So is it with paper? It is. We can use paper for similar to the binder is what it is, I'm guessing. And so let's pull it up again, put it in its place. And then the rod, which is, we will need to go here, I believe. We'll put the rod piece, tool rod pattern. Here it is. Awesome. Put the paper back for the guys. And one more step. Now we just need the blade. Let's wait for that blade now. Well, that steel is what we're waiting for. And it's just about there. Good. Here we go. So we'll pull it down. And smackety smack that. Alright, we are ready to make a sword of epicness. It will go in the only slot left, and here we are with our first steel broadsword. So the durability 1800, effective durability 2250. We have 4 hearts on it. There's 4 modifiers remaining, and this is the reason why, looking through all the swords, I picked this one because not only do I have the resources to build it, but down at the bottom it says 8 attack damage, which is awesome. This is stronger than a typical diamond sword in vanilla. So we'll grab that, and now we can add our modifiers. Nobody's gone into the nether yet. We're waiting for a couple of days before we all go as a group for the first time. So I won't be able to add sharpness to it, but I do want to add repair to it. So let me get that together. Now we're going to need some moss, and I have one more spray of this. I'm not going to add 2 of moss. I'll just put 1 because we can avoid fights if we need to. We just run away. So let me set up a cobble wall and I'll drain some moss from it. Alright guys, we have the moss we need. We can convert it, make the moss ball, and go ahead and add it to the parts, which I believe, no, it's not here. It's in the forge, which is this one. Alright, so we have repair. We don't have repair. What is this? We can't auto repair a steel broadsword? Why not? Modifiers remaining 4. So we have a modifier here. Why can't I add it? Well, that's strange. Huh. I'm not sure why this is. Oh, I was placing it wrong. I put the sword up here. Yeah, it's got to be placed here. Okay, guys. We have repair. That scared me for a bit. So how many? We have 3 left. Good. So with my pickaxe, I'm going to harvest some redstone. Going to go mining. We got to wait for the nether quartz in the nether. And there's some other modifiers we can add to increase the modifier count. If you liked any part of this episode, remember to hit that like button, and guys, I will catch you on the next one.